Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus, guys, giving you more than the meta. So going to be once again showing you the full gameplay. This game ended up turning into a rage quit, but I want to kind of show you some things that I'm using out of the Tampa Bay offensive scheme and also the Minnesota Vikings defense. 34 bear, 33 odd. I'll be using 2-4 nickel. And then I'll be jumping into some other formations too. Dollar. So let's go ahead and jump into this gameplay. I'm actually rolling once again with the Ravens, and I want to show that my opponent is using Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears roster, when you're playing regs, looks like it's a good roster. It's got some good star players, but there's something about this team, especially when I was like labbing with the team, is that the quarterback misthrows balls. The accuracy doesn't match up to the settings, and I saw a lot of bad plays happening to me when I was actually playing, just labbing with the team. So you're going to see firsthand my opponent running the same situation. All right, so I'm using the bear front, the 34 bear front, and this is actually a flipped play where I'm flipping it to the other side, and just a massive blitz that you can set up, and the pressure will come off the edges fairly quick. One thing I do like to do is take this guy, put this guy into a seam flat, and what that does is it protects the seam and will carry. So I do a blitz all, and then I'll go ahead and make an adjustment, but this guy quickly snaps. He's actually using an RPO stretch, so he's got the stretch play going this way, and he's got an RPO on the back side of it. So the way I have this coverage set up, basically that slant on the back side is actually going to be covered because the defender doesn't. You can see he's just kind of sitting right there, and you have the edge pressure. My responsibility down in the box is to go contain. I get out, and then you actually user tackle him on one of the rare occasions that I normally do that. But you'll see this guy actually had a pretty good running scheme per se. So now I go ahead and show him the same type of look, and I think I might have went with pressure against this guy. And then what I did is I've got the pressure coming in. So these guys, if one of these guys off the edges is going to get in. But what I did is I got this guy to seam flat. I've got this guy pressed. I need a mug over here to basically get the pressure in. And you watch what happens, what he does with this guy right here. This guy's kind of out of leverage. He's not in a position, so he's going to get a free release. And he makes the perfect read. Look what he does on this. Makes a good read, makes a good decision. My guys are leveraged out of position. He's going to get a free release with the slot receiver. He takes a shot up top, and I think he's got basically a drag underneath that kind of pulls away that one defender right here. And what he does is he actually goes ahead and takes a shot up top. I know that that's the weakness of the defense based on how the defense is set up. He's actually trying to pop me over the top. He's got leverage. He's running he's got perfect read, perfect decision. But look what happens. I'm able to go ahead and get the interception right there because his guy does not catch it. So that's just a huge break for me in that type of situation. It wasn't like I outplayed this guy at all. He made the right read, the right progression, but he's using Chicago Bears, and Chicago Bears is just is not a very good team. So right here, this is one of the base plays. I think what I do is I just use a halfback stretch out of this twins formation, quickly snap into it. He actually shifts his defensive line over, so that's an indicator that the guy knows what he's doing. He's trying to make sure he gets away any kind of leverage situation. So that's just another indicator the guy is he understands the fundamentals of the game. And right there, I'm able to go and break a tackle and get a first down with Derrick Henry. One of the things I've done is I used to always default my team in regs is to prevent any kind of like situations where I'll use like conservative running to prevent fumbles, but I've noticed that once I pull that off, I see Derrick Henry breaking a lot of big runs for me. So right here, another big run, fall forward for another first down. It's a 1st and 10 situation. And I think what I did is I jumped into another auto motion right here, same play. And you can see he's on this guy right here. This defender's coming down, so really there's only one area for me to go because there's just nobody out there to block. So I just run it right up the middle and pick up 3 yards. So basically 3 carries for 23 yards against this guy right now. And now I think I switch things up a little bit, and I go into this particular play, which is spot curl. So really what this is a man zone beater, and against man I got to throw this. Against zone, usually what happens is this route will be open because defenders will slide out to this route, leaving that open. I did not read it correctly in this type of situation. I should be throwing this right here. The ball should be out already. And what I did is I went back to this route right here, and I was looking for this, and this guy was kind of in the passing lane. So I waited a split second, misread this, and I ended up taking a massive sack right there. So 3rd and 15 situation after I got a turnover against this guy. So I decided, okay, I'm just going to go ahead, run the same offense here against my opponent. I'm going to go ahead and jump into the stretch play. I'm anticipating an opportunity to hit this guy either in the corner or basically pop my opponent right here in the slant, because I've got this line, carrying and pushing the deep zones out there. So looking for the corner, could hit the corner. I misread that. That was actually another man read. So that I was literally looking for this guy all the way. So this is bad Madden, playing right there. I should be looking for that corner route. I could have got a completion and a touchdown, so I get myself into 4th and 15. So this is really not good reads by me at this time. I decided to go ahead and jump into this play, and the reason why I'm going for 4th and 15 is that I don't like the field goal in this position. I know I probably could hit it with Tucker, but I also don't want to give him field position where he's going to be at the 50-yard line. But I'm also trying to get myself in a situation where I may be able to get to a first down. So it was a free possession for me, so I can take a risk on a 4th and long. And right here, I'm just going to be looking for the streak play. One of the things I noticed now, too, is that in this 4th and long type of situation, I need to go ahead and put this guy into block, because I'm really looking for this route right here. Because usually it's going to get nice leverage against it. He makes an adjustment, and I look at the seam right here. This guy's kind of falling up. He's trying to play the middle of the defender right here, and I'm just going to pop this route right here because his user's not in that area. And I get a completion, rack it, and actually pick up a good, 10 yards additional. So that was a huge play for me in that type of situation. He was just completely out of position, and I'm able to go and get a nice little completion and keep the chains running. So right here, staying once again with the running play, I think I jump into duo close because he goes into a 43 look. So I got pretty good blocking up the middle right there. Broke a tackle and actually get the ball down to the 5-yard line. Now I'm actually down into the red zone area, and I decide to go ahead and jump into, I think, a halfback stretch. Motion this guy out. I want to try to quick snap this ball as quickly as possible because I'm generally going to get pretty good leverage, and I do. Outside defenders get blocked off, and I'm able to go ahead and get the ball into the end zone right there. So steal a possession against this guy. I'm getting the ball in the second half, and it's always a good position to be in. He's in strong pro, and I'm going to go ahead and stay with this bear front flipped, and also the trio sky is my base defense, and just try to put a bunch of people down in the box right there and just give them kind of an intimidating look. But here's the thing I noticed is this guy basically was committed to the run, and you're going to see him break some tackles here with Swift to pick up a pretty good run right there. So that was a crowded box situation. He's able to go ahead and get a bunch of people out there. Now he goes to a stretch to the opposite side, blocks me off right there, and he's off to the races. So it was just kind of an ugly situation. So I figured I'm going to go ahead and switch things up a little bit. Now I go back to the 3-3 odd play. And I'm going to go ahead and cross-man one of my blitzers on the back-end side against the slot receiver to make sure that I have somebody out there to try to take away that route. He motions his guy over, and I know I've got that wide receiver 2 matched up. He goes with another off-tackle run right there and actually gets himself a nice run where he picks up 4 yards. So this guy's really committed to the run. I decided to get out of that bear front. I just didn't like it. This guy likes running to the outside, so I decided to go into basically the 61 even defense out of the 43 strong pro because I just like how those guys have outside leverage. They got a really heavy box. Basically everybody in the gaps, so that's one of the reasons why I like the defense. Shift my line over a little bit. In this type of situation, I'm going to use on the middle line that safety. And right here actually does a little off tackle. I think it was another RPO, and it's the same run. I'm really going to stop it. So now I actually just stay into basically some type of a blitzing situation right here, and he actually hits me with mesh. Block that ball, get that ball out right there. So I figured, okay, if this guy's going to stay in mesh, if he stays in those tight formations, I've got basically cover 3 hard flats. And then he basically comes out of a play right there where actually he's got a little play route. I'm able to go ahead and knock that ball out in the middle of the field and actually get a good stop right there. So that actually was a good progression, a good read by him. I just got a lucky animation with that out. Now I want to show you something really quick. If you can see, this guy's pressed down. This guy's like like inside leverage. This guy's on outside leverage, and he's got a too high safety. When I see something like this, I'm seeing like a cover 6 shell. So I'm seeing cover 6, and it might be some type of a palms formation. A lot of times what's going to happen is this area is going to get opened up if I take this guy right here and put him on a slant route. So the routes are like so. It's a little hitch in this, and I've got basically kind of a fade route, and I've got this little corner route. What happens is this safety doesn't come down. He plays down, and it's going to give me the one-on-one over the top, and a lot of times we'll get leverage. So when I saw that, it quickly audibled into that slant. Watch how the defender actually pulls down and matches the slant. But I've got over-the-top coverage with flowers. Basically, I'm just completely over the top of that coverage, and I'm able to go ahead and fall into the end zone right there. I'm up by 2 possessions against this guy. So I decided to go for a 2-point conversion. I did this in a previous game. You know, when you go up by two possessions against your opponent, you want to go ahead and make it a little bit more difficult for him to get back into the game. So what I did is I actually jumped into basically this RPO. This is I've ran this several times online, and the majority of the times I get it. Right here, I just got rid of the ball a little bit too late, and as a result, I did not get it. So I didn't throw the ball at the right time, and as a result, I didn't get the ball in the end zone. But that's a good play that I like to have in my back pocket for 2-point conversions. Something I don't really want to do. So right here, I go ahead and jump into just dollar defense, something I don't normally do. A cross man, the 3 wide receiver, the slot receiver with one of my middle linebackers to try to protect the seam. And he actually does some type of crossing route right here. He's got a mesh concept going on. I'm able to go ahead and get like a little block shed tackle right there for a sack and get him to the second 17. My intuition tells me in this type of situation to blitz a guy again, but I decided to jump out of that and went into cover 6. Now I've got this half down in the box. I've got a cloud flat over here. I've got basically a yellow zone, and I think I've got basically kind of like a cover 4 type, you know, shell off the left, and I'm playing down in the box. Right here, they should be flipping this play. So I've got 3 wide receivers. I should have a box on this side. This is where the box should be, and the cover 2 shell should be on this side. So that was just a bad decision by me by running the shell. Because take a look at the sideline. He finds a gap. He throws at it. I try to click on. I block the ball out of there, but actually that could have been, that's a 50-50 ball in that type of situation. So it was a fairly good read by him, and it was a bad defensive setup for me. So now he goes back to the gun tray again. I think I'm just using a cross man blitz against this guy. I got the number 3 manned up. I'm hoping that the cross man actually gets around, but he gets picked up by the guard. And now I'm just kind of like, you know, settling down, trying to protect against that seam route by the tight end. He actually hits a crosser in the backside right there. Matching's not there, and Allen, which is a beast in this game, I guess, is able to come up with another completion of the first down. So now I bunch up the defensive line. He's got trips over here. He's got 3 wide receivers. He's got his running back, and he got this guy over here. So I think I should have this guy crossed up on this guy right here. Is my defense, just so he doesn't have a crossover. And right there I actually get, I think he did a screen play, and that's why I had a defender in his face right away. So set up the same defense again against him, cross man up the other guy. I actually go into number 2, and I think what I'm doing is I'm going to try to match up this number 3. That's going to be my responsibility. Let's see if I get myself out of position. Yeah, no, I'm actually, that was the right read. You can see I'm on this guy right here. This is the right decision. I'm supposed to do that. This guy actually gets across the man defender, and as a result, he actually gets the ball with Allen right there down, and he starts taking a timeout. So this guy's he's in scoring territory. He's making fairly good decisions. So now I jump into cover 6. I haven't shown this guy this type of coverage at all. jump into quarters in this type of situation because they've got 3 wide receivers over here, single wide receiver, and a running back. I'm not worried about any kind of like a threat streak over here because this guy should basically man up to this guy. And I've also got a zone that's falling out that will cover up any kind of outside run. So I've got the box on this side with these guys boxing up those 3 wide receivers. I'm just looking for someone to carry over, and that's going to be my responsibility for the most part. He runs some type of, he's got basically 2 ends, and then he's got a corner out on the back side, and this defender's in this area, and he forces, this is probably one of the worst reads he did, he forces the ball into the corner out. I'm able to go to get an interception by Humphreys. And Humphreys will pick off 50-50 balls all the time because he's such a good, defensive back. And you get himself kind of in a bind right here. And this is when this guy really realizes, I'm playing with the Chicago Bears, and I need to check out of this game. Running basically this the stick concept, but I decided to go back this one route up here with a deep post. But I'm really watching this defender on this read. If this defender slides out, I can check it down underneath. If the defender actually if the defender right here comes in and plays this route, a lot of times this little hitch route is going to be an easy completion unless these guys float up into some type of cover 2 zone. Most players don't use a lot of cover 2 shells because you can easily break those shells. Right here I get a little hitch route completion racket. He's completely out of position with his one defender, and I get the ball all the way down here, down into the red zone for another opportunity to go score again. I take a timeout. He actually quits out. He's like, I'm done with this game. I don't want to play this game anymore. So once again, guys, thanks for your support. If you want to see more of a breakdown of my offensive defensive, you can go to my Patreon. I've actually got a full breakdown of a Vikings playbook and also that Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense. So thank you for your support. Until next time.